So this week I got back into doing some art, trying to do some pour paintings and do a feather swipe pull, and it didn't really work out the way I wanted it to. So I've kind of moved on to a couple of other things, but I'm going to call it a week, and I just put everything away. This is a scratch art feather that I did with embellishment of silica sand and gold Posca pen. This was a acrylic pour that I just did a puddle pour and a blowout on for the rest of the paint that I had left over after a couple of pour tries, and I don't know what I'll do with this one. This was the pour that I tried to do a feather swipe on, and it didn't work out, so I tilted it, got the background of the pour, and then I've been getting into this neurographic art style lately, just kind of that doodling, and so I decided to just embellish over this particular pour with neurographic art, and then I kind of started to embellish it with some stamping and some jewels. I had some acrylic stamps and, just kind of fudging with it a little bit. So something different over an acrylic pour as the background. This was ultimately the swipe pour that I did. That turned out pretty good, though I think it looks more like a leaf than a feather, but I'm gonna go with it. I do like the way the colors turned out, and it also is embellished with silica gel, sand. And I remembered where I got that, and it's actually the silica sand that is used on a shuffleboard court. I remembered that last night. So then I also have been doing some other Neurographica drawings, and this, as well as this card here, are 5x7 Yupo paper hardback cards that I did alcohol ink on and then embellished with acrylic paint, Posca pens, just kind of doing little back end paintbrush dips and taps into to embellish some spots on these, and I like the way those turned out. And then this was just an acrylic or a watercolor pad piece of paper that I did acrylic alcohol ink oil on, and then embellished with acrylic paint pens and back end paintbrush dipping. And the only thing obviously is that it does bleed. So it's frameable though. I really like the way it turned out. I like the designs that I came up with on that. And then back to this, kind of did like a little treasure mappy type of style on it. And I like the way the alcohol ink ended up on that one. So that's my art for this week.